Thank you. That last song kind of just like segued me in really well. I had no idea what the set list was. I got what I was going to speak about 2 weeks ago when Joni gave her testimony. It was just very short, like brief thing. And so we're going to talk about God has already prepared a way for you. Let that sink in. Soak in that for just a moment. Breathe that in. God has already prepared a way for you. How awesome is that? That the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the Creator of all, saw fit to prepare your way. Some people are like, no, there's no way. I can tell you right now, I would not be standing on this stage if God didn't prepare this way for me, okay? 7 years ago, I started in this recovery journey, and I told God at the forefront, first of all, don't ever tell God your plans. He's just going to laugh at you. I told God I was never going to be involved in ministry. I was never going to be involved with the church. I was just going to come here on Monday night. I was wrong on all accounts. Not only did I start serving here on Monday nights, I started serving at the other church where I was going to on the weekends before I started coming here on the weekends. And then to top it all off, I started part-time working for the church. And I was like, nope, that's all I need. That's all I want. That's all I need. Just, God, He's like, nope, I prepared this way for you. You're going to go full-time. I was like, okay. You can't tell God no. I mean, you can, but it doesn't work well when you tell God no. I mean, every time I think about telling God no, I think about Jonah getting in a well. Did anybody see in the news recently where the lobster guy got so... I don't want that to happen, and it would, because I'm a walking Murphy's Law, ladies and gentlemen, so I can stick my big toe in the ocean. Next thing I know, I'm in the belly of a well, and like, God, what do I do now? Listen to what I told you. I prepared the way. Okay. So the thing, when I was thinking about this and what was currently going on in my life, wasn't about getting involved in ministry. It wasn't about, family or anything like that. Well, it has something to do with family. So if you guys know anything about mine and my wife's story, we got together. She had 3 boys when we got together, who are now 10, 8, and 6. We're in a place now in our life where we're going further than me just being a person in their life. We're in the process of adopting them. Now, in my head, I feel like this is going to be a simple process, like ABC. As easy as, there's 3 of you in here. Wake up! Everybody knows who Jackson 5 is. Good gravy. Jeez. Anywho, so in my head, did you catch that? In my head, it's going to be easy. Anybody else think things are easy in their head? And then you get to real life and 5 of you. Okay, everybody else is perfect. All right, for the 5 of you over here in this room, perfect dream over there. I think it's already been a lengthy process. And by lengthy, I mean it's been like 2 months. But I don't do well with time. Like I want things instantly, right? Something to do with my addictive personality, I think. I have learned slowly over the years to kind of give things up because I know God's already prepared the way for this to happen. And without a shadow of a doubt, whatever the outcome, He's still God. And I still follow Him because He's already prepared the way. Some of us tonight need to sit back and ask, what has God already prepared for me? Maybe that's as simple as just showing up tonight. We say all the time, if you've been around here for a while, you hear me say all the time, small changes make big changes. And I'm a firm believer in that. There's still small changes in my life that I need to make that I keep fighting people on constantly because I don't want to make them because I'm lazy. Right? One of those is my weight. I get bombarded by 2 or 3 people about my weight. Okay? I will make a small change. I've made small changes. I bought running shoes. That's big. Thank you. I feel like that should be, yeah. Will I use them to run? I don't know. Baby steps, though, right? So you guys have made baby steps. You showed up tonight. Pat yourself on the back. Can we give it up for our first-time guest tonight? Maybe you've been coming for a while, and you're like, man, I feel stale. I feel stagnant. I don't know what to do. Serve. If you've been coming for a while, you don't know what to serve. I was coming for 6 months, and I was like, man, I don't know about coming here anymore. It's kind of boring now. It's still fun to be around the people, but I want more. It's okay to want more. I wanted to do more, so I asked, hey, what can I do? Go greet at the front door. Okay. I can smile. I'm pretty loud. I can say hi to people. Well, after 3 months of doing that, it just wasn't enough for me. I wanted more. Let me do more. I said, hey, I don't come here on the weekends. Can we open the resource? They're like, yeah, sure. I'm like, you got somebody in mind to run it? They're like, yeah, you. I'm like, you all crazy. I'm 9 months into recovery. You going to let me be around money? Yeah. Okay. I did fine. I went on from there. From there, I led a group. From leading the group, I was part of the leadership team. Part of the leadership team, I came on part-time. And then a year after that, I came on full-time. Full-time ministry. It's been a ride. It's going to continue to be a ride. But God's already prepared the way. He's done the same for you. Maybe you are serving. You're like, it doesn't suit me. Well, maybe you're not serving in the right place. What's your talents? What's your gifting? What has God laid on your heart to do? Because if you're like this huge introvert and you don't like smiling and talking to people, maybe greeting at the front door is just not for you. It's okay. Check people in. Make coffee. Sit at a table with a random person that's sitting by themselves. Let that be your ministry. There's nothing worse than coming into this place and sitting at a table by yourself, already questioning, do I need to stay or do I need to go? Go talk to somebody. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Make a change that you haven't made. If you don't make a change, you're going to be stale and you're going to be stagnant. And that's not a good place. You're going to end up like the Dead Sea. There's nothing there. It's salty. You don't want to be salty. Do you? I mean, there's some good things about salt, but man, there's a thing is too much salt. People with health issues say it's not true. You see, Psalms 37, 23 through 24 says, the steps of a man are established by the Lord when he delights in this way. So if you delight in the Lord, your steps are already done. You just got to have the faith and the boldness to keep going in the direction that God has for you. And that, guys, I get it. It can be scary. I understand that. The rest of this verse says, though he fall, you're going to fall. You're going to fail. That's okay. We live in a society where failing or falling is just not really acceptable. And hey, We're all messed up. We are all sinners. We have all fallen short of the glory of God. But Jesus has redeemed us, has forgiven us, has healed us. So though we fall, he should not be cast headlong, for the Lord upholds his hand. Where are my parents at in the room? Parents all over. When you walk with your kid and you're holding their hand and they start taking off because they're excited about whatever they're getting to, and they fall and all of a sudden they're swinging with you, you're holding them up, yeah? Because that's what you do as a parent. God's your parent. God's your father. That's what he's going to do for you. He's going to hold you up because he loves you. Now, there's countless stories in the Bible that, you could pluck from, pull from, and look at and say God's prepared the way for several people. Noah, Moses, David, the disciples. He told Noah to build an ark. He saved Moses to be a leader. David was a shepherd who became a king. He prepared the way for each of these individuals. Jesus called his disciples because he had a purpose for them. So if you got your Bibles, you want to turn to Luke 19. That's where we're kind of camping out a little bit. Once you turn there and you see, you'll know. So this is the story of Zacchaeus, a head tax collector, very rich. I would not have liked this guy, right? So it says he was seeking to see who Jesus was, but on an account of the crowd, he could not. So the crowd, huge crowd, everybody's pushing in. He couldn't see Jesus. Not only that, it says because he was small. Where's my short people out in the room? Woo! Yeah, go shorties. Love all y'all tall people, weirdos. So because he's small and couldn't see Jesus and the crowd was huge, he ran on ahead, it says. He ran down the path and he climbed up a sycamore tree. Now, how cool is that? That this man who wanted to see Jesus was able to climb this tree that just so happened to be on this path that Jesus was walking down so he could see him. Coincidence? I think not. A good friend of mine says, is it odd or is it God? If it's odd, I think it's God. Because this is kind of weird for me that this big old sycamore tree just so happened to be there. So this guy who's hated by the town could climb it. And not only that, Jesus stops, looks up. Zacchaeus, hurry and come down, for I must stay at your house. One of the most hated people in the town, Jesus stops what he's doing to look up and says, hey, we're going to your house to have a party. Let's go. Let's ride. He's got his disciples with him. He's got this crowd with him. And they're going. So Zacchaeus hurries down. He's very joyful. When they saw it, they being the crowd, they grumbled. They grumbled because this man that they didn't believe was the Messiah was going to go to such a sinful person's house. I don't know about you guys. If Jesus wouldn't go to those sinful people's houses, I don't know where I'd be right now. Because, yeah, you can get up for Jesus. So they're mad. Here's the awesome thing about Jesus. He don't care. Multiple times throughout the Bible, he just ticks people off left and right. He keeps going. You're going to tick people off in your life because you're better than yourself and they're not. They're upset because they're seeing a change in you that they want and they don't know how to get it. It's Jesus. Piss them off in love. The last part's important. in love. Make people mad that you're better than yourself. Let the haters hate. Because they're going to hate. Who cares if they hate? Fight back with love. Is that easy? Heck no. Eric told me this. I think I was 2 years into my recovery. I was leading a 12-step group. He goes, if you don't like someone, pray for him. I said, bro, if I pray for this person right now, it's going to be vipers coming just right there on their neck. He goes, okay, start there. I'm like, me and this dude going to get along just fine. He goes, but I guarantee it won't stay there. Lo and behold, he was right. It didn't stay there. The person I was praying for, I didn't like. It was a broken heart relationship. Like, she tore me to pieces. And I prayed, God, just smite her. Smite her, you mighty smiter. Just, At the end of the 30 days, I was like, God, bless her. Heal her, protect her, let her prosper. Let her have a relationship with you. I'm telling you guys, it changes. Because I didn't like this person at all. And now I hope nothing and wish nothing but the best for her. If you don't believe me, try it. I'd love to hear your story too. Just the viper. So it goes on. People are upset. People are mad. Zacchaeus, in this moment, does a complete 180 from what he was doing. He says, Lord, half of what I have, I'm giving to the poor. Half of what I've got, just gone. I don't know about you guys. That would be very hard for me. Imagine paying people back 4 times as much. Some of y'all like doing the math in your head. You're like, oh, nope. Million, 2 million. The end of this, Jesus says, today salvation has come to this house, since he also is the son of Abraham, for the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost. Some of you guys are lost. The way of redemption is Jesus, plain and simple. I went through this training called Stephen Ministry, and it's 50 hours long. At the end of it, I told them that it would probably not be wise for me to get someone outside of recovery. The reason being is because if you tell me you want something, I'm going to be very blunt with you. And I'm going to tell you 1, 2, and 3 to do. Just very blunt. And I told the leaders this, and they agreed that this is probably a wise decision for me and whoever I get as a care receiver. If you know anything about me, if I can see that you want something, I'm going to give you action steps to get there. That's the best I can do for you. At that point, it's on you. I could not want your recovery more than you do. If I do, I'm going to end up in Luann's class. I'm not trying to be codependent. I love you. Important thing in this passage in Luke 19 is Jesus didn't say, hey, you tax collector, hurry up, come down here. Hey, you sinner, come on. No, he calls you by name. He calls you by name, and he did it countless times in the Bible. Not one time did he call his disciples, hey, fishermen, come on. Hey, tax collector, let's go. No. Matthew, follow me. Simon Peter, follow me. Eric, Frank, Janice, Louise, follow me. You see, the enemy calls you by what you've done. See, John 10:10 says the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He's very good at it. But God comes to give you life and give it abundantly. Don't let your past define your calling. You have a divine purpose. If that wasn't true, you wouldn't be in this room tonight. If you didn't believe in yourself, you wouldn't be in this room tonight. When we got back from COVID, I had bracelets. I still have bracelets too, just FYI, anybody wants one. But when we got back from COVID, people needed a reminder that they had a purpose. Because during COVID, we got in our heads, or at least I did. And I had to be reminded that I have a purpose in this church. I have a purpose in this kingdom. I have a purpose in this body of Christ. I'm a son of the one true King. He called me by my name. Imagine what would happen if we believed that and stepped in that boldness. If we believe that we are actually called by our name, if we believe that we were designed for a purpose, if we believe that God actually prepared the way for us, imagine what your house would look like, what your work life would look like, what your town, your community, what the state could look like, what the country could look like, if people just walked in their boldness and their purpose. We wouldn't have been so scared during COVID. What things could have been different? We had stepped into the plan that God has for us. And if you don't believe that, I want to leave you with this. 1 Peter 2:9 says, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellence of him who called you out of the darkness into the marvelous light." He called you out of the darkness. He does it all the time. And he calls you by name to step into the light. Now, that's not always comfortable. Sometimes we're stepping into the light and we're naked and we're scared and we're filled with shame and guilt of what we've done in our past. Let me encourage you to take that step. It may not work out the first time, but hey, that's okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be able to go to a group for the full hour. If you go and make it 10 minutes, hey, that's 10 minutes that you didn't have. Build on that. Use that as a launch pad. You got 10 minutes this week, great. Try 15 the next. 20 the week after. I promise you, if you keep coming back here, you'll see a change. If you don't believe me because I'm the person on stage with the microphone and I'm on staff, ask the people around you. Hey, how long have you been coming? Has there been a change in your life? If they tell you no, they're lying. And maybe here doesn't fit. We're okay with that. There's places that meet on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You let me know. I'll hook you up. If I know the pastor, I'll text him. Hey, so-and-so's coming. You look out for him. You say hi to him. God has prepared the way for you.